So you ready to talk about our cruise on the Venezia? Venezia?
Yes, let's talk about it.
Okay, this is Steph and Eric on the go. Like, subscribe, and comment. Okay, so we're going to tell you some things that we like about it.
Dislike about it.
Yes. So go ahead.
So what I dislike about it is that it's too many people on such a small ship. So the areas are small and confined.
Yes, very much so. The Lido deck is tiny. The main deck, the main Lido deck is tiny, tiny. It literally has four, I think 8 seats on each side of the pool, and that's it. And then the rest of the seats are in front of the theater, facing away from the pool. I don't understand that. But
Yeah, you're if you have a child and you go to watch a movie for the dive-in movies, your child is behind you while you're watching the movie.
yeah, it's just kind of a weird setup. I know it's not an actual Carnival ship; it's Costa turned into Carnival, but it's kind of a weird setup. We did have 2 young children with us. Well, not young children, but younger. Um, so, what'd you think about?
Well, one thing I want to say, one of the things that really bothered me was it was the night that we were watching the movie. It was raining, and it rained for a good 40 minutes before they shut the roof. So you were sitting in a bunch of puddles or getting wet because somebody waited too long to shut the roof because the roof shuts over the Lido area where the pool and
the main deck
and the movie screen is.
Yeah, but the back of the pool had another, or back of the pool, back of the boat had another pool and a couple hot tubs. The hot tubs were pretty decent size, but it was so packed back there.
That was probably our fault. Like I said, we booked this on spring break, so that part was our fault.
Yeah, but I mean, otherwise, the ship's beautiful.
Yeah.
The ship is, I like the decor of it, and it's nice and wide and open that way. The fun shops were kind of weirdly configured too.
Yeah, they had them on like 2 or 3 different levels.
But they were like not. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I'm not really picky. I mean, I'm never disappointed on a cruise ship. I don't have to cook, clean, or do laundry, so you put me on a boat and I'm good. But this one was just a little different. This is our first time on it. Of course, our favorite ship is what?
The Spirit. We like the Spirit class.
Mm-hmm. Or yeah, that one's our favorite.
That's the Spirit class.
Now, the food. You want to talk about the food, the service at dinner?
Well, the service in the main dining rooms was hit and miss.
It was more miss than hit.
That was definitely a problem. One night when we put our order in for our food, and it took a long time.
Almost an hour.
And when you're cruising with young children,
we had a 7 and a 12-year-old with us, and
it's tough because you got to try to keep their attention.
Yeah, and keep them contained to where they're not bugging other people. Which, I mean, they're not bad kids, but they get bored.
So that was very difficult. A couple of nights that happened.
It was more yes than no that it was a miss. I think 2 nights we had good service, and it was both with Getty. So that was our server. He was on top of everything, but going on. So our room, really nice. We had a balcony, and the kids just loved that. They got to see the sunrise, sunset. Our grandson got to see the sunrise every morning because he's an early riser.
Yeah, there's nothing like getting up in the morning, getting a cup of coffee, and going out on your balcony and seeing the water, the ocean.
And then in the evening, after you've calmed down for the day, and you go out there and you sit and just watching the sun and the waves, and it's so peaceful. It's beautiful. Nice. It really is. It really is. Yeah. Nice. But the arcade, just because there were so many kids, it was just so overran. It was so crowded. The casino, same way. It was just the time of year that we picked. Getting on the boat wasn't horrible, the embarkation, but getting off the boat, it was such a rat race. People just don't know how to, you know. But I guess that's with every boat. It's not just this one. Everybody wants to be the first off. What else? What else? Now, we went to 3 different ports. We went to Grand Turk, and this time we got a golf cart.
Yeah, that was fun. We fed the donkeys with apples, and we stopped at a very nice beach, Governor Beach.
Yeah, it was beautiful. The kids loved that. But that was at the very end. We just rode the island, checked out, the local areas and flamingos and donkeys and a whole bunch of, just looking around and seeing stuff we've never seen before. Because Grand Turk, we usually just stay right there by the boat. Not this time, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad. So if you get a chance to go to Grand Turk, don't just stay at the front. Go explore. Get a golf cart. They're not expensive. Ours was what, $150?
Yeah.
For all day. And you have the freedom to go to the beaches. You don't have to get taxis. You don't have to, take an excursion. You just go and do your own thing, and it was great. And then we went to San Juan. Kids didn't like that one too much because we didn't do the beach. We did the walking, and they weren't too fond about that. They were happy that it was U.S. territory and they got to use their cell phones, but they weren't too fond of walking. They did a little bit of shopping.
But you need to go to Pigeon Park.
Pigeon Park was the best. Yes, it was fun.
It's they eat $2 for bird food, and you feed them, and all the birds they come up to you and they'll fly up and they'll eat out of your hand and
on your shoulders.
Yeah, that was great. The grandkids
they
loved that.
Loved it, and the view from Pigeon Park, if you look over the wall, is gorgeous. Gorgeous. It's got a really good view. Yeah, so that was fun. Mm-hmm. Then we went to St. Thomas. We stayed on the boat in St. Thomas. So I can't really tell you a whole bunch about that. The reason we're not showing you pictures and video is because we're new. And we went off and forgot our equipment. And then the videos that we did take, we either lost or they were without sound. So we just scrapped them. We're newbies. We're still learning. So I will be going on a cruise in May with my 2 younger children, my 19, soon to be 19, it'll be her birthday cruise, and then my 20-year-old. So we'll get some video. We're going to do the ABC Islands. But this cruise, we just didn't get any video. No footage. It was terrible. I'm so sad. We left everything at home. We had it all packed up and ready to go and walked off without it. So we didn't get to see St. Thomas because the grandkids just weren't having that. They just wanted to stay on the boat. We thought we would be the only ones on the boat, but it seems like a lot of people just stayed behind and they swam, and Ruby got to sunbathe, get her tan. Xander's a little water bug, so he was in the pool.
But just know that St. Thomas is also beautiful.
It is beautiful, though. From the boat. It
probably was the prettiest of the 3 for me.
And Leon has a roll of toilet paper over there chewing it up. You want to go grab that real quick? Eric will leave for just a second. I'll talk to you about. So, so St. Thomas, we didn't get a chance to do that, which I regretted. We did get to see, off our balcony, there was one of those screaming boats, the ones that they go real fast and then they spin out. So they found us on the balcony with the kids, and they were showing off for us. And then they said that they were going to go again just for us. But I recorded it, and I didn't. So missed out on that too. But that was great. That looked like fun. I'd love to take my grandkids on that. They would love that.
That's probably something we'll do next time, for sure.
Yeah.
It's the Screaming Eagles.
Yes,
really cool.
That looks, I don't know if I can do it. Probably pee myself. Scare myself. But, I wasn't too impressed with this one. If it was just Eric and I, we would have just, been up on the Serenity deck and reading books and listening to sport podcasts for him, and but we had the grands, and it just didn't have a whole lot for kids on this boat, ship, whatever it is. I know a lot of people don't like hearing boat. It's a ship. But yeah, so that's our review on that. Sorry we didn't have any footage to show you. Like I said, we screwed up.
But we had a great time.
We did. We always have a great time.
Yes.
So until next time, just remember Steph and Eric on the go. And
like, subscribe, hit your notification button, comment down below.
And just stick with us. I promise you it will get better. Thank you.